Hi, this is Marlene and a warm welcome from Glasgow, Scotland to all around the world. In this series of Marlene and Friends, I'll be sharing with you the most amazing group of people who have all the skills and expertise to make our world one of health and peace for all who live here, humans and non-humans alike. In 1987, Francisco Varatojo, together with his wife Eugenia, founded the Macrobiotic Institute of Portugal, one of the biggest schools in the world for macrobiotics and natural health. Over the years, Bill and I have had such fantastic times teaching on the international courses at this hugely successful institute. Francisco teaches and lectures in most European countries and in the US on themes like health, environment, macrobiotics, nutrition, oriental medicine and diagnosis. He's the best-selling author of books, and his last book was #1 on the best-selling list. An award-winning advocate of peace and health and an ultra-busy teacher and counsellor, Francisco leads by example and walks his talk. He jointly organised a very important conference on health and nutrition with the Portuguese government. It was such a privilege for Bill and I to see his countless decades of hard work being recognised in Portugal by the Ministry of Health. We're hugely proud of all Francisco and Eugenia's achievements. Hi, I'm Marlene Watson-Tara in Service for a Healthy World. My guest today is the fantastic Francisco Varatojo, a dear friend and colleague, and quite frankly, a force to be reckoned with. Francisco has been acknowledged for many years as one of the most qualified macrobiotic counsellors and is regularly sought by major European centres for seminars and consultations. He began studying macrobiotics in 1977 when he was a mere 16-year-old. Amazing. And together with his wife Eugenia, was the founder of the Macrobiotic Institute of Portugal after having studied at the Cushy Institute in Boston. Welcome, Francisco, and congratulations on yet another incredible intake of students for 2016. You know, you and Eugenia must have the most successful macrobiotic centre in the world, an incredible feat for such a small country.
Hi, Marlene.
Hi, Francisco. Well,
Here with you, it's a pleasure and an honor to be interviewed by you on this Marlene and Friends series. So I'm very excited about being with you on this interview and sharing some information.
Fantastic. Well, I'm excited to have you here, and you know, we've taught many times together on your international course, which I'm missing. I have to get back soon and you know, get back out to Lisbon because I love teaching with you guys. You know, Francisco is the author of many hugely successful books. You know, you're a regular contributor to various newspapers, magazines and TV shows. In fact, you're the celebrity here. You're the one that's had your own television show, which is incredible. You know, you give numerous conferences and lectures in many public, Portuguese and international institutions, including the Faculty of Pharmacy and the Medical School of Lisbon. What are your main interests in the application of the macrobiotic principles?
You know, Marlene, I think macrobiotics can really be helpful in many, many areas of the world, and the world really needs a different approach, if you will. And my main interest in the application of macrobiotics is mostly in the resolution of many health problems, in which I think macrobiotics can be highly effective, and also in the resolution of environmental problems, even problems of social distribution of wealth. You know, even though it may not look like it, I mean, what actually we eat and the day we live and the way we live on a day-to-day basis does influence everything around us. I mean, from the water we drink to the air we breathe to the whole economy of the world. You know, it's all very much related to the way we live. So we've got to start from scratch. We have to start from there. And I think macrobiotics has a very good common sense approach to life. And it's also a very practical application, I must say. I mean, I've seen literally, thousands and thousands of people all over the world who have benefited from applying macrobiotics. And to be really honest, I don't think I know anyone who didn't have any kind of improvement, even if small, if macrobiotics is well applied. You know, so
Sure.
I think it can be of great help, and that's why I've been doing this from such an early age, really.
It's quite incredible. I mean, really, to have been embracing that from a 16-year-old, wow, unbelievable. And
It
I
just makes
agree with
sense.
you.
It just makes sense, you know. It just makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it is, Francisco. For me, it's the most grounding way to live your life. You just feel so grounded, so calm, so happy, you know. You know, as I mentioned in my introduction to you and the world, you and Eugenia, your lovely wife, have the most successful macrobiotic institute in the world. I mean, share and discuss the driving influences that govern this success.
I mean, we do have quite successful center. Yes, we've been having many students all over the years. It has not always been like this. It did take quite a long time to get here. We've been around for about 30 years. It was very slow in the beginning, and I think one of the reasons we actually made it was once we kept to the same approach all the time. We did not change according to the fashions of the time. You know, it sometimes is this and sometimes that. No, pretty much our message was pretty much the same, was do this way, eat this way. I mean, so we've been very consistent on our approach, and we kept to it all along. I think on a practical level, the food we taught to cook and the food we've served has been very good. And I mean, people just got attracted if they feel, if they
Yeah.
if they think the food is okay. I also must say, I think the Portuguese people are very much open to macrobiotics. I mean, I travel pretty much all over, and there seems to be something with Portuguese people and understanding of macrobiotics. I'm not saying other people don't, but here in Portugal, we seem to be lucky on that. We are very blessed with our staff. We have an incredible, dedicated staff, which also been very helpful all the time. And we try to have an approach that is based on common sense, that is practical. We don't want macrobiotics to look like a sect. We want to have a language that's understandable by everyone. We don't want macrobiotics to be this kind of hocus pocus, strange thing with a very difficult vocabulary.
Yeah.
So we try to have an approach that is practical, based on common sense, honest, and we've been consistent with it. We've been serving good food. We have a good staff. The Portuguese people seem to get enrolled on this. So all in all, I think that's the reasons. One reason I must say, and you did mention I had a television show. I didn't really have a television show, but I had a part inside a television show.
Okay.
So I had a segment inside a television show. And I must say that really was very helpful in bringing macrobiotics mostly to a lot of young people who did not know about this wonderful approach. And I must say there was a great help about 15 years ago. And a lot of young people were looking for something new and exciting and contributing to the well-being of the world, as you like to say.
Yeah.
They found out, oh boy, these guys seem to have something interesting, you know, these guys seem to have something that actually works. So that was very helpful, and I think that was a big part of it.
Yeah, that's a fantastic explanation, because if you think about it, it's exposure, right? Because sometimes, you know, when I'm speaking about macrobiotics or Bill and I are doing lectures, people think it's a Japanese diet, which it's not. I mean, it's a beautiful philosophy. It means the great life, the word meaning big, you know, potential, live your life to your full potential. But because primarily, I agree, it's more like a social movement. It encompasses everything. It encompasses the environment, you know, social justice, all the things that we love and care about. And, you know, if you care about not only just yourself and care about others, then for me, the macrobiotic approach has got the most beautiful principles.
And the basics of macrobiotics is very simple. And I must say honestly that even though a lot of these subjects are very fashionable right now, and the plant-based diet is becoming very well known, we have been saying this for a long time already.
Yeah,
we have been saying, I mean, I don't say me, people, I mean your husband before me, and Michio and Ozawa, I mean, and all the teachers in America and Europe, we have been having this message for a long time. You know, we have been saying this message for a long time. And now more and more, there's this realization of the connection between food and degenerative disease, and food and environmental problems, and food and hunger. I mean, you know, there is a growing evidence on this, but we've been saying it for a long time.
I know, and that's why I decided to put this series together too, because I thought we have all the East and the West, and the East's been doing it for thousands and thousands of years, as we know. You guys have been teaching it for decades and decades, and then I have all these fantastic friends who are, you know, people like Colin Campbell, and they're in the West, so they've got Western medicine, we've got East, so we're pushing all out together, Chico, and that's what it's about.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm with you on this completely, 100%.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we're facing so many challenges, biological, social, environmental. How can the world cope with such huge difficulties as we grow towards, I think, something like 10 billion?
You know, yes, I mean, the world is really, really very challenging right now. I mean, in a one way, we have an incredible technology, we have incredible resources to do many changes, and it seems everything is wonderful. Not that wonderful. If we look at it a little bit differently, what's happening now, let's say from a point of view of health, we are facing tremendous problems. You know, problems that could be easily preventable through diet and way of life. And we're talking about things like obesity, diabetes, most cancer, heart disease, you name it.
Yeah.
They are growing. They are growing, and not because of that, and not because of lack of technology, not because of lack of money, not because of lack of expertise. They are growing because people are eating really, really badly, and this is very, to me, very scary to see in children. You know, I mean, I see more and more young people getting sick with diseases they should not be having at this age, and we will be facing something very serious, and what I'm going to say is quite shocking, is the fact that if we go on like this, for the first time, the parents will start seeing their children dying, okay? Because children are becoming quite sick. You know, if children continue to be fed this vast amount of sugar, animal fat, junk food, fast food, you know, we have children, we have cholesterol levels of over 300, who are seriously obese. Diabetes too is growing like crazy in all of Western Europe and the United States. And the reason is, listen, it's not genetic, it's not a virus, I mean, it's what people eat, you know, and this is the reality. So this is a tremendous challenge we're facing. We got to do something about it. From an environmental point of view, it's not great either. You know, global warming is certainly here. The water is extremely polluted. I mean, we are contaminating the ocean in a way that is unspeakable, and all of this is related to the way we live. All of this is related very much so to the way we eat. The way we eat has a direct influence on the planet. The way we eat has a direct influence on health. The way we eat has a direct influence on pretty much everything. So if we really want to do something about the world, if we really want to be ecological, if we really want to be healthy, do something about diet is a start. It's a good start. You know,
right.
It's a pretty good practical start. So, answering your question about coping with the present day challenges, it's really a matter of consciousness. We really need to change the way we think. We really need to change our consciousness about life, our view of life itself, our understanding of disease, our understanding of social problems. We have to see things in a different view. Yeah. We cannot continue to think in the same way, otherwise we're going to always have the same problems, you know. And it's a matter of educating people. It's a matter of raising people's consciousness. I know this has been said, but
yeah, but you know, it's needing said.
And that's why, for me personally, on my life, the most important thing is education.
Yeah.
I want as much as possible to help on education, and at the same time to educate myself. You know, that I find, because most people are not really aware of what is changing, of what needs to be done to be changed. I'm sorry, and they are not really aware they can actually be empowered to change, you know, to do things about their lives, to be responsible for their lives.
Well, when I was interviewing Dr. Michael Greger, who I love, he's got great energy, you know, nutritionfacts.org, and we were talking about the fact recently in Scotland they've added folic acid to the white bread. You know, they're taking away the power from people rather than just saying, you know, there's tons of folic acid in green vegetables and fruits, but they don't. They take the lazy approach and put it in white bread because they believe that's where everybody's, what everybody's eating every day. It might be, but how is that helping to educate? It's not, And to get back to what you were saying, Francisco, umbilical cords of newborns now have over 400 chemicals. In vitro heart disease is starting in vitro, and you think, if I was a parent, I would be out my seat listening to this information. You've just said the most shocking thing. You're going to watch your children die. I mean, in India, one of my friends...
if it goes on like this...
Absolutely. One of my friends in India, Dr. Nandita Shah, she's doing amazing work out there. She's 35% of the population in India are diabetic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
But the UK is going in that direction.
Yes, it is, absolutely.
And so is Portugal. And it's because of so much sugar and refined food. And dairy food and meat and
it's the fat.
There's more and more. There is evidence of a strong relationship between milk and diabetes, which people never talked about before. Yeah, right. And we have a new type of diabetes now, seems to be related to dairy food consumption. Yeah. We got to do something about this.
Yeah. So I'm with you. Education, all the time. That's what we do every single day, 24/7.
Do it all the time. Sooner or later, there's going to be a breakthrough. I'm actually positive about it. There are many changes. Those changes seem to be positive. Okay?
Yeah.
I've been teaching for many years. I have a center for many years. There seems to be a breakthrough now. There seems to be more consciousness, not in everyone, but there's a growing number of people who have more conscious about these sort of relationships we are talking about, and as it goes on, we might be able to change the whole thing positively. I hope so, anyway.
Well, we have a great, exciting meeting this week. I'm seeing a fabulous person at one of the universities about world skills. They're looking at our work and getting that on the platform that goes around the world to colleges and schools and universities. So that's hugely exciting. Yeah.
That is very exciting, yes.
So, I'm confident that all of us, we all have this passion. We do. I mean, we're so blessed as well, Francisco, right? Because when you're teaching what your passion is, it's not like working. It's, you get so excited to bring someone else on board and help them.
It's not.
Yeah.
It was work.
Yeah, I know. But, we're helping so many people in this 21st century modern human disaster, basically, that's going on. So, what sustains your faith in the macrobiotic approach to life?
A few things do, Marlene. One thing that sustains my faith is that I see it working. On a day-to-day basis, I see it working. I actually see thousands of people in counseling. I've seen thousands of people in counseling, and I see it works. From simple problems to very complicated problems.
Sure.
I have seen people recovering from terminal diseases.
Yeah.
I have seen people recovering from many problems. So I see, of course, very often you will need a medical approach. Sure, very often you need more extreme approach. But the basis of macrobiotics is very simple, and it does work on many different levels. As we were talking, health-wise, environmental-wise, it's very helpful. And macrobiotics is based on nature. It's based on the understanding of nature. It's based on the understanding of the laws of the nature. And the laws of nature never fail. We may fail on their interpretation. We may fail on the way we see. But what macrobiotics is a common sense based on tradition and based on the understanding of nature. So I have faith in nature. I know nature will never betray us. Nature actually doesn't really care on what we do. Everything will keep flowing according to its order, if you will. So I do have faith in macrobiotics because macrobiotics is based on this understanding. So that is basically it, I think.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a beautiful principle, It's the way, as you say, it is the way the Tao or the way. It's the way of the way of life. You know, we're all working hard every day towards goals and specific results, and you know, you're a great example, Francisco, of instilling confidence. And I know you encourage all your students because I've been there teaching with you. You make everybody feel like a winner. You project confidence in them to go out and change the world with what they've learned from you, and you know, it's a gift that you have because you get great vision and passion, and it's almost like a refusal to compromise one's principles. Yeah, so if we're passionate about our vision, we would never compromise our principles, and that's why since the age of 16, you know, you're still on this path, which is, you know, it's just absolutely beautiful. So
I also think it's my obligation. I think I hold that.
yeah.
Well, because I did get a lot, and I want everyone else to be able to get what I got.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel it as a moral obligation to, and I have fun doing it. So
yeah, and it's the same for me. To share the gift of good health and great will is just makes you jump out of bed.
No, we hold that much. We have. I do think we have that obligation. I think life is about contributing to the contributing to the well-being of everyone, and if we're not doing that, we're not part of life. We're not, you know, we become like parasites if we don't do that. So
that's right. I agree, and the, you know, the 85% of the world with all the non-communicable diseases makes me so sad in my heart, and it makes me more determined to think I'm not doing enough. I have to do more, but it's exposure that's going to make that happen. Francisco, we always talk about serious issues on these series, but there's always fun at the end of the day. So do you have a funny story you would like to share with the world?
Yeah, I've seen some of the other interviews, and you always ask that, so I knew you would be asking me. I expected so. And actually, there was a little bit, I kept thinking, what story am I going to tell? What story am I? I mean, I'm going to tell a story that no one is going to laugh about. And then I remembered a story that happened to me in Italy that I figured would be funny to share with everyone. And the story is the following. I was traveling from Portugal to Florence many years ago with a stop in Milano. And on my shoulder bag, I had, besides books and camera and stuff, I had rice balls with brown rice, nori seaweed, umeboshi plum, and I had, I think, about 4 or 5 rice balls with me for the whole trip. I used to travel with that. So when we stop in Milan, we're coming out of the airplane, and there's a carabinieri, police with a dog, with a German Shepherd, which got to me, sniffed my bag, and stopped me. Okay. So the police comes to me and says, "Drugs, you have drugs." And I say, No, I don't have drugs. No. And he says, "No, you have drugs." I say, "Listen, I am sure. I'm absolutely sure I don't have drugs." And then he says, "The dog says so." And I say, "The dog is wrong." And he says, "The dog is never wrong." I say, "Oh my God." I said, "Someone has put drugs on my bag."
Yeah.
He asks my passport. He puts my passport in his pocket, and then he takes me to a room. He closes the door, starts opening all my stuff, and he's opening and stuff, and he's making a mess. And we get to the rice balls. So, of course, I had no drugs.
Of course.
But the dog had sniffed, I suppose, the strange smell was the rice ball. So he breaks the rice ball and says, "What is this?" And I say, "Okay, no, this is rice, and this is gold, and this is a seaweed, blah, blah, blah." And he says, "You eat a lot of this stuff." And I say, yeah, I know, I'm traveling, I eat this stuff. So, and then he goes like this, and he says, "Okay, you can go."
Wow.
Yes, I had a mess. So funny part, I got to Florence. I lost my connection, and
oh no!
Oh yeah, no, I got to Florence like at 5 o'clock in the morning the following day. And I tell the story to Misha and Aveline Kushi, and Aveline starts laughing and says, hey, Chico, this is great, you know, this is really good news. Even dogs like macrobiotic. I'm not so sure if that's the case, but yes, it gets into my rice balls.
Well, you see, there's even a positive.
About this afterwards.
Yeah.
Funny then, but I was stopped at the airport by a dog. And he sniffed drugs, and that was rice balls.
Well, I'm actually disappointed that you didn't actually recruit the guy to the Macrobiotic Institute in Lisbon to study with you.
Please.
Yeah, but
You seem too keen on that.
yeah, but Francisco, you inspire everybody to come and study. So there you go. Well, what's
Nice, Marlene. Thank you.
now you have all these levels running right now. What's in the horizon for Francisco Varatojo or the Institute? Anything you want to share? Anything more?
In terms of our school, I mean, we do have lots and lots of students.
Mm-hmm.
We had a really great breakthrough last year. We organized a seminar with Colin Campbell, which was I believe your first guest, right?
Yeah.
And we had Colin Campbell, sponsored by the Macrobiotic Institute of Portugal, together with the Ministry of Health and the General Surgeon. And so we had a really big seminar, which was seen online by 39,000 people in 37 different countries, which was endorsed by the minister. So there was a real breakthrough. I must say, a dream coming true then. So we have quite a lot of students from all areas of life. We have doctors, we have nutritionists, we have high school students, we have housewives, we have business people, we have teenagers. We have people from all walks of life, which I am very pleased with. And basically, what I hope we can achieve, Marlene, is to make a plant-based diet like macrobiotics and its principles to a number of people as large as possible. I mean, what I would like us to do is to bring this to as many people as possible, to increase the awareness of people to these topics, and so I hope we can grow on that level. I must say we have lots and lots of people in cooking classes now. All of our cooking classes are sold out all the time. So I hope that will happen in every country of the world as quickly as possible. If I can be of any help, I will be very happy.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Francisco. Well, our next course in April, we have students coming from Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, the USA, London, and I hate to say nobody from Scotland, so you're lucky. It's the Portuguese.
In Scotland too.
Yeah, they don't know what they're missing, right? It's while I'm here, because we're not going to be here for much longer, the Portuguese people, I mean, Bill and I, as you know, we lived in Portugal for years. It's a completely different way of life. And even when I wrote to the government here at the time you wrote to your Portuguese government, your government had Colin over in a jiffy. My government, thank you for the invitation. I wish you well with it. They're not interested.
And you know what? One of the main reasons was very practical, because they understood that if there's a big change on people's diet, governments will save a tremendous amount of money.
I know, but wouldn't they hear?
What's taking us bankrupt is the amount of money we spend on health. That's taking whole of the Western world bankrupt. We are going to go with that. There is no money to pay. Lots of diseases will be, in their majority, preventable.
Yeah.
So this is very practical. Now, it's even selfish in a way.
I know.
But if we start changing the diet, we will save millions of pounds, millions of euros. So the government should really look into that and to have the guts to actually start doing something about it.
I know. Well, I write to them all the time, as you know. Well,
you're amazing with that, I must say.
Pope Francis was my latest.
You are like George Ozawa. Ozawa has written to every single politician.
Yeah, and
a couple have answered.
I know. Well, the government always write back. But anyway, Pope Francis, who I'm not Catholic, but I love the man's soul. I wrote to the Vatican the other day as well. Joe Biden, the Vice President, America.
We have Pope Francis in one of the next Marlene and Friends interviews.
Yeah, that would be wonderful, wouldn't it? And then we'll get him in the choir when Madonna writes a song for us.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. So, Francisco, if I don't get to Lisbon on the next international teachers, I will try. I will see you at the revolution, because the revolution is coming. We're all pushing this rock uphill, but there's more joining. There's more joining. So thank you for your beautiful soul and your heart and what you do in the world and what you have done since you were a wee boy at 16 years of age. You're fantastic, and I just love you and adore you. And I'll speak to you soon. Thank you so much, Francisco.
Thank you very much, Marlene. Thank you very much for your work too. And I'll be looking forward to work with you again. And I mean, we keep working anyway, even if we are a little far away.
I know. All right. Lots of love. Enjoy the rest of the day.
All the best, my friend. See you
Love
soon.
to all my friends in Lisbon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.